battle to gain subscribers continues to be fierce between streaming companies, with AT&T's Warner Media announcing today that it has partnered with filmmaker J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot Pictures, but also forecasting a large drop in subscribers. Meantime, First Look Media, which co-financed the film Spotlight, is planning to launch a new streaming service called Topic and is announcing right here on Closing Bell right now that it will partner with Passionflix, a streaming video service specializing in romance content.
Joining us now for more is Passionflix co-founder and CEO Tushka Musk, Andrew Wilson, COO and CFO of First Look Media. A very good afternoon to you both. Thanks for joining us. Drew, if I start with you, what exactly is Topic? What's going to be on it?
Well, good. Thanks for having us on. Look, we recognize that the media industry is turned upside down and everybody's trying to get into the streaming game. Unless you're Disney or Amazon or Apple or one of the large mass broad players, we think the winning strategy is really having this portfolio of niche channels that we can super serve audiences and then draw them in to have more sticky subscribers who don't churn out, less price sensitive, and also have high levels of engagement. And we think that's a winning strategy for our company. And in doing so, we now have the launch in the Q4 of this year, Topic, which we're excited about. And Topic is going to launch with 400 hours of programming. It centers around the human center of programming, which is socially conscious kind of stuff. The best way to describe it would be kind of like Spotlight, the way people respond to that.
Okay.
And then our second channel, which we're here to announce today, we're very excited about, is the investment we made in Passionflix with Tushka.
Yeah. And Tushka, to that point, I guess tell us a little bit about Passionflix, how it's different than other streaming content that is available out there right now, and why the decision to do this partnership or this deal today.
Well, Passionflix is a streaming platform that focuses specifically on taking best-selling romance novels and turning them into movies and series. So we're very much so laser-focused on the female gaze and female content. So that makes us very different than a lot of other places.
So where is the opportunity there? Because clearly there's lots of romantic movies and TV shows out there, and they're available on Netflix, they're available on Disney, they're available on HBO already.
Well, we don't actually take that many licensed films. We actually make a lot of our films. So we take best-selling romance novels and we turn them into movies and series. So we're both a distributor and a production company. So most of our content is original.
Drew, how did you come up with the $4.99 price point? How did you weigh that up?
So we think that in the market, we want to price it so that consumers can be drawn to it. The $4.99 pricing is based on an annualized subscription, and we're going to test other pricing. But for us, we think that's the right trigger for a niche channel in the market compared to the other offerings. But I will say the niche communities of people that are drawn to these kind of channels are less price sensitive because you're super serving their needs.
And how large an audience, therefore, can you expect? If it's very niche, if people who really want this sort of highly concentrated genre?
That's a good question. So niche does not mean small, it means distinct. And what I mean by that is we still think there's opportunity for us to have millions of subscribers on our platforms, even though it's niche.
Tushka, I wanted to ask about your brother, if I may, and how he's doing this year after what was clearly a very challenging and stressful year last year. Has he notably changed in terms of his sentiment?
I think that my brother's doing just fine, thanks.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. What's your take on his management style? What have you observed down the years?
You know, at the end of the day, I'm very fortunate to have two amazing brothers who have been incredibly supportive of everything that I've done. And, you know, the best advice that they have given me is to be laser focused and to be determined and diligent and to not be fearful of failure. Because at the end of the day, you could fail, but you need to pick yourself back up and keep going.
Tushka, in terms of, I guess, the dynamic between you and your brothers, are you an investor in any of their companies, and have they invested in yours?
So again, my family and I are incredibly supportive of each other in so many different ways, and I'm very fortunate to have some involvement in theirs, and they are very generous as to have some involvement in mine, but not significant.
Sorry.
I just have to ask, because I'm also the space correspondent here at CNBC, would you go to Mars?
Ooh, good question. Somebody just asked me that, and I think if my kids wanted to go, I'd go with them.
Interesting. Okay. Just lastly, Drew, looking back at Topic and the streaming service, I mean, certainly a lot in focus right now, especially after the news we got from Apple this week. How would you sum up the competitive landscape, and would you expect to see some consolidation or more partnerships down the road?
We think there's going to definitely be more consolidation in the market at the larger players. We think there will consistently be the space for channels who are distinct and are serving niche audiences. We think that will always be the case. And we don't think they're competitive, they're additive. Mm-hmm. On average right now, the U.S. consumers are buying 4 to 6 subscribing channels in the U.S. and paying $8.53 a piece.
Drew and Tusker, thank you both very much for joining us.